poem that I want to read is called The Women in My Life. It goes, the women in my life are more than just women. They are beautiful, generous, and loving, but they are more than just a few traits. They're the strength that fuels my days. The women in my life teach me lessons of resilience and fortitude. For every day that passes by, they stand rooted into their ground that might be holding them down, yet they stretch their arms out and make it seem like nothing is stabbing them with nails to hang them in pretentious portraits. The women in my life act more than they speak. Their actions construct castles of equality and compassion, which are often crumpled as if they were established on paper and glue. But I'd rather live in paper castles than those of bricks and mortar. After all, glue is far more powerful than mere cement and plaster. And I know you won't believe that, but you didn't believe in feminism either. The women in my life shed tears and throw tantrums just like the way I do when things may not go my way. They scream when they're not being heard. They fight when pricked and bothered. For every finger that's pointed and hand that's raised, they start a storm even when they're asked to remain unfazed. The same households that tear them down make them sleep on precious floral bed sheets and expect them to let go of their frown. The women in my life have taught me to chase ambition, even when everything around them might grab their strands of aspiration and drag them into the doom of reality. But that's the thing about women. They change and shift realities. The women in my life have taught me how to open cages, even when the keys are lost and the bars of the cage are too strong. Even when the cage might look adequate for me and seem perfect for me, they've taught me how to crush the bars. The same bars that stop me from speaking out. And that's how I am the strong boy that I am today. After all, the women in my life are more than just women. The next poem is on the lighter side of things, since we were talking about people that we love. It's called Thinking About You. It goes, I often catch myself thinking about you when I sit in cars and stare out the window and glare. When I nibble on the last bite of a cookie, even when I'm looking at you, I act like I don't care. I often catch myself thinking about you when I walk home on concrete tiles. I see a symmetric pattern just like the one that you've painted over me, but you aren't even that artsy. I often catch myself thinking about you even in my last sip of coffee. I can feel your whisper against my coffee breath. You have found your way into every depth. I often catch myself thinking about you. I try finding you in photos, even those in which you aren't there. Irrespective, for hours I could stare. I often catch myself thinking about you amidst pages of the books that I read. Your laughter dances through each word's thread. In the stories of life, you're my chosen lead. And I often catch myself thinking about you, captured by thoughts of you endlessly. In every corner of my world, you're the key. Binding our souls, is this what's meant to be? But here's what I hate and love most about you. I often catch myself thinking about you. This is the second last poem. It's called The Epiphanies of My Youth. They told me I'm too young. They assume my judgments are wrong. They told me I'm too young and my path to rebellion is short-lived. After all, in their eyes, I'm just a kid. But who's going to tell them that I'm just getting started, that this is only the beginning? Their assumptions are so sickening. But I'm more than just a train that can be stopped. I'm a hurricane, unpredictable and relentless at any cost. And generational wisdom might not have rooted itself upon me, but at the end of the day, I know that I'm here to make a difference. I have a last poem. I just want an opportunity to do that. I'm so sorry. It's called Like Me. And I think this is my favorite one. That's why I want to make sure I read this out to you guys. If you're anything like me, you stare at walls while your thoughts simply crawl. You roll your eyes at dull skies, you eat your gut feeling, just like the way you eat raisins, you simply don't. If you're anything like me, you think about conversations you had last week and analyze them only to find more questions than the answers that you seeked. If you're anything like me, you gulp down water the way you gulp down the urge to not be nice. You rub your thumb against your nails every time there's something that's bothersome. You know exactly what their intentions are, but you play dumb. If you're anything like me, you hate anything that showcases symmetry. poetry, it sends shivers of being imperfect down your spine, but your black pupils in your eyes must always shine. If you're anything like me, you throw around flower petals on dark pavements like the genuine gestures that you throw at your friends. You keep problems to yourself and think thrice, not twice. If you're anything like me, you're scared to be forgotten. If you're anything like me, you write poems about yourself, which aren't really about yourself, but you love the art of deception, so you try and build a connection, even when you know that there's no one like you. Thank you.
Lovely, just 5 minutes 38 seconds. But a wonderful job, Your Honor. I love that poem, like Forced Run. Basically, I think I relate with it because I have like these strong women I have learned a lot from in terms of like poetry community. Like, have given me a lot of friends. At the same time, from my college and all, I think I relate more with girls. Like, I have guy friends, but the thing is, when it comes to learning things, I think I learn more from women than men, basically. So yeah, yeah, that was the thing. Okay.